I didn't want to get with a white woman because I was scared she might have me running down the street like Jonathan Majors.
There you go, see, come on, Katt.
Not because I didn't like white women. I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not gonna act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart.
You know, it is a shakedown. It is a targeted attack, but Shannon needed to have some accountability because he gave them something to shake down. He gave them something to target by making poor choices.
Imagine the internet on a quiet night. Most people winding down, maybe scrolling aimlessly. Then a notification pops up. Not from a major news network, not from a pop star, but from a comedian known for his razor-sharp tongue. And what he started saying didn't just grab attention, it ripped the news cycle in half, pulling in everyone from sports fans to legal analysts. This wasn't just a comedian ranting, it was a strategic detonation aimed squarely at an NFL legend facing a shocking $50 million lawsuit. And what followed has blurred the lines between comedy, law, and viral chaos forever.
But I'm not gonna act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror.
Now, this woman is alleging that Shannon Sharpe her multiple times over the course of a 2-year relationship. The relationship that they had was...
It happened suddenly, just after 11 p.m. Eastern, a time Katt Williams himself calls prime insomnia theater. Within minutes, viewership on his Instagram Live exploded, rocketing from a few thousand diehards to over 230,000. This wasn't accidental virality. Algorithms detected an unusually high retention curve. People weren't clicking away. At the same time, phones lit up everywhere as followers spammed their friends with variations of, "He's flaming Shannon Sharpe, get in here now." It was a perfect storm of timing, personality, and pure, unadulterated drama, placing Katt Williams at the exact point where comedy's shock value meets society's endless hunger for live spectacle. By sunrise, clips were everywhere, each one more talked about than the last, forcing even major networks to scramble and figure out how to talk about a story they didn't break. But to understand why Katt's take hit so hard, you need to know the real story brewing in the background.
Because at that point she said that they were in a they were in an actual relationship. They were in Vegas together. So when that happened, she had already kind of been, in this thing where he's verbally abusive, allegedly, but she thought that they were together. Now, this woman is alleging that Shannon Sharpe her multiple times over the course of a 2-year relationship. The relationship that they had was...
Just 6 weeks before Katt's live stream, a lawsuit dropped that sent tremors through the sports world. An anonymized plaintiff, known only as Jane Doe, filed a complaint detailing alleged misconduct by Shannon Sharpe at a Las Vegas executive retreat. The allegations included what her attorneys framed as a career-costing violation. The demand? A staggering $50 million tied to claims of emotional distress, lost opportunities, and the need for punitive deterrence. Sharpe's response was swift and aggressive. He branded the entire complaint a strategic maneuver designed purely for financial gain. While many observers predicted a quiet settlement to make it all go away, Sharpe signaled all-out war, hinting at a potential 9-figure defamation counteraction. The legal fight was instantly elevated from a hushed negotiation to a high-stakes public battle. And then Katt stepped into the ring. When Katt Williams started talking, he didn't waste time. He unleashed a jab so precise, analysts are reportedly dissecting its impact in journalism classes right now. He framed the entire scenario with the kind of blunt, undeniable truth that only he seems to deliver. He spoke about handing a retired tight end 50 microphones, 3 networks, and enough tequila to sponsor the Cinco de Mayo parade, then questioned why anyone would be surprised when controversy follows him home like a stray pit bull. Viewers were typing facts in all caps faster than their devices could keep up. He continued, hitting with lines like, "Y'all love that man's hot takes until the thermostat breaks." It wasn't just commentary, it was social media currency. Lines like, "You should have knew as soon," redacted phrase referencing a large baby what time it was, instantly spawned countless imitation tweets, mashup memes, and viral 5-second TikToks, racking up tens of millions of views by lunchtime. Something about Katt's rhythm, his cadence, just taps directly into the digital bloodstream, turning every sentence into a potential soundbite. But beyond the comedic jabs, there was something else unexpected emerging.
You should have knew as soon as she said put a big black baby in her what time it was. She don't even want the baby to grow. She want the baby to come out your size. Soon as she have it.
Fire again. I don't wish him bad. I hope that he finds happiness. I don't particularly take him to be a happy or a well-rounded person.
Amidst the laughter and shock, Katt Williams did something nobody saw coming. He delivered a surprisingly clear breakdown of legal concepts. He explained the difference between compensatory damages, the cost of what was lost, and punitive damages, which he described as the judge adding interest with attitude. He framed the $50 million figure not just as a number, but as a public relations verdict before the verdict. This unexpected legal analysis went viral among college students, ironically turning a comedian known for controversial takes into an unorthodox study aid for business law finals. It highlighted a fascinating truth about the modern media landscape: the court of public opinion, fueled by viral commentary and social media, is now running parallel to the actual legal system, shaping perceptions and reputations long before a judge or jury ever hears the evidence, much like we saw unfold during the highly public Depp Heard trial. The ripple effects weren't confined to online chatter or legal theory. Katt's commentary sent actual tremors through the business world, specifically impacting Shannon Sharpe's significant endorsement deals. Sharpe is embedded in at least 4 major active endorsement lines, from a cognac brand to a bespoke suit company, a health supplement startup, and an audio equipment company tied to his podcast. Each of these contracts reportedly includes morality clauses, some specifically triggered by litigation involving serious accusations. As Katt hammered the optics, try selling luxury suits while your reputation is on layaway. Financial analysts began revising revenue forecasts for these companies. Within 24 hours, it was reported one apparel partner quietly scrubbed Sharpe's images from its website, replacing them with a generic banner, a clear signal of preemptive brand distancing, though official statements remain tight-lipped.
I didn't want to get with a white woman because I was scared she might have me running down the street like Jonathan Majors.
There you go. See, come on, Katt.
Not because I didn't like white women. I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not going to act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror.
The situation inside ESPN headquarters reportedly resembled a fire drill. Executives faced a difficult choice: address Katt's comments on air and risk amplifying the speculation, or stay silent and potentially appear complicit in shielding a marquee personality. Ultimately, producers reportedly walked a tightrope, referencing the lawsuit only in abstract terms and instantly pivoting away, notably leaving Katt's name unuttered. While this angered some viewers who felt the network was protecting Sharpe, network lawyers likely advised this containment strategy. Even a single mischaracterized sentence could become damning evidence in active litigation. Meanwhile, Sharpe's own social media feed told its own story through deafening silence. For 96 straight hours, he reportedly posted nothing. No workout clips, no cigar photos, no motivational quotes. For an influencer built on constant engagement, that digital void spoke louder than any tweet storm. Some conspiracy theorists latched onto this lull, speculating about hushed negotiations or an imminent countersuit. Sharpe's team eventually issued a brief statement, reiterating faith in the judicial process and dismissing Williams' commentary as mere noise, a term that only further energized Katt's vast following. Stepping onto the legal terrain, Nevada civil courts operate on a preponderance of evidence, meaning the scale only needs to tip 51% in one direction. Defense lawyers often exploit this by prolonging discovery, hoping to exhaust the plaintiff's resources. Williams highlighted this tactic, quipping, "If you've got Louis Vuitton suit luggage for every court date, time is your co-counsel." He urged people to track court filings, not just podcast gossip, stressing that jury selection could potentially hinge more on who watched his Instagram rant than on any sworn statement. Scholars agree, pretrial media exposure can absolutely skew judicial outcomes, especially in high-profile cases. Katt even referenced the Depp trial, warning Sharpe's camp, "If your legal team can't manage TikTok, depositions won't save you." It's a cutting remark, but contains a harsh truth. Reputational damage often solidifies in the public mind long before the legal proceedings conclude. As Katt's commentary continues to echo, various voices are weighing in. Advocacy groups have raised concerns that comedic mockery, even with disclaimers, risks trivializing serious allegations and potentially deterring survivors from coming forward. Conversely, free speech advocates defend Williams, citing a long tradition of comedians lampooning powerful figures caught in scandal. They argue he
plaintiff counsel
distinguished
may
between
appeal,
ridiculing
launching fresh
inconsistencies
headlines.
and denying
On the comedic
wrongdoing,
side,
noting
a
that
Netflix release
jokes
could
about
crystallize
contradictions
Katt's
ain't
roast into a
verdicts about
cultural
guilt.
artifact replayed
This
for
nuance
years,
fuels a broader
potentially
academic
immortalizing
debate
Sharpe's
about
legal
humor's
saga
societal
regardless
role.
of judicial
Does it
outcome.
expose
In
hypocrisy
closing, the
or
intersection of
normalize
outrage
insensitivity?
comedy and sports
For now,
litigation
the jury of
exemplify-
public opinion remains deeply split. Even celebrity peers have begun to chime in. Retired receiver Chad Johnson posted a cryptic thumbs down directed at Williams, later clarifying he respects UNC and that courts decide facts. On the flip side, reports claim comedian Dave Chappelle texted Williams during the stream, allegedly encouraging him to continue dissecting how corporate America uses lawsuits. A screenshot reportedly surfaced on a fan page, though its authenticity remains unconfirmed. This alleged exchange, whether real or not, highlights a growing trend where comedians treat legal controversies as fodder rivaling politics, effectively redrawing the lines between journalism, satire, and live commentary.